Hello, good evening, everyone. It is Brian here of This Is What Brian Thinks Adventures. Happy early Sunday, July 31st of 2022. I thought I would like to provide end of July 2022 update and talk about all the amazing positive things, what's been going on this summer of this month, of this July, of this year, and also talk about all the highlights of all the right things I have been doing. So before I get into any of that, I also have some exciting news what's going to go on, and then I will tell you all the highlights what's been going on this July. So here goes. For those who would like to know, I am very pleased to announce each and every one of you is that on Civic Holiday Monday, August 1st, my mom and I are going to get me signed up for Special Olympics bowling for me to get registered in the month of this fall of September, in a month from this last month of summer of August. So I'm very pleased to announce that too. And likewise, I'm also very pleased to inform is that I have been focusing very hard on finding a new job that's not far from our place during this month of this summer of this July. In fact, I hope to get my new job situated before I start school in September. So this way, between the last few weeks of this summer of August, before I start school, as well as over the fall and winter months after I start school, I'll be able to get things reworked on again in between my new work schedule as well as my school post-secondary schedule. So I recently had 2 job interviews a couple of weeks ago. I had my job interview with Safeway Garno on Sunday, July 17th of 2 weeks ago. So I'm very pleased to announce that I had a wonderful interview with them, and I hope to join the wonderful team at Safeway Garno. I've been very patiently checking my phone for the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. And likewise, I'm going to tell you all the highlights right now, so here goes, everyone. Over this summer of this July of this year, I have been making the best of this summer. I've done some bike riding a little bit, and although the weather's been extremely intense, but you know, I got to do amazing things this month of July. In between my new job hunt, I've been doing YouTube vlogs. In fact, on Canada Day, 4 weeks ago, I did some amazing bus trip videos of NAIT University, ETS bus 2007 New Flyer, diesel 40-foot low-floor bus unit 4739 on NAIT University, and that's the bus I filmed on 9th Southgate in May 2019, 3.5 years ago, and also did one of the ETS bus 2506 New Flyer D40 LF diesel 40-foot low-floor bus units on NAIT University when I was going my way checking out one of the Canada Day festivities on the first day of July 1st of this summer of Canada Day for Canada's 155th birthday. In fact, and I also went to the Beercade on the way home, and likewise, I took the bus from my place to Remax Center, where my mom, my stepdad Neil, and I went to Edmonton Riverhawks on Canada Day, and I also did a YouTube video of the ThyssenKrupp Northern hydraulic elevator with the round Dewhurst fixtures, and that has that buzzing indicator that goes kind of like a game buzzer, but similar. And I also want to tell you that I did a YouTube video of the brass tactics, including the Canada Day fireworks in honor of Canada's 155th birthday this summer. In fact, I'm also wanting to tell you is that my mom and I got to see some great movies so far this summer of this July. So on the first Canada Day July long weekend of this summer, we got to see Minions: The Rise of Gru, and then on the second week of this July, we also and also on the first week of this July after Canada Day long weekend, we saw Elvis. In fact, I'm also very pleased to tell you is that I'm also pleased to announce is that almost 4 weeks ago, I dropped my resume off at Safeway Garno for a few days after the Canada Day July long weekend, as well as the same time I dropped my application and resume off in person. So I did that, and then I was called for a job interview with Safeway Garno, and then I had a job interview with the Cineplex in South Edmonton Common, and I'm also waiting to hear a phone call. Whoever calls me first about a job offer with so if it's Safeway Garno, I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to join the wonderful team at Safeway Garno. Yes, I'm going to work hard. And likewise, I'm also very pleased to tell each and every one of you is that my mom is on holidays for 2 weeks. So between yesterday, July 30th, and today, Sunday, July 31st, and between the first 2 weeks of early August, so between the first week after the beginning of early August and the second full week of August. So likewise, I'm also very pleased to tell you is that I have reached over 14,000 YouTube videos of my uploads, nearing up to 14,050, 14,060, 70, 80, 90. So I'm not that far from 6,000 more YouTube uploads till I hit the 20,000 YouTube milestone. So I'm very thrilled about that as well. And likewise, I'm also wanting to tell you is that this summer, at the end of the first week of this July, I was interviewed with the International Edmonton Street Performers Festival, aka the Edmonton Street Performance Festival, at Sir Winston Churchill Square downtown. I was on Global News Edmonton, and I was so eager to be on the news. And next thing you know, I was on TV as well on Global Edmonton that day, on the first day of the International Edmonton Street Performance Festival at Sir Winston Churchill Square. So I was on the news there as well. So I was so thrilled to be interviewed by Global News Edmonton. So it really made Street Performance Festival very special. And likewise, I've been doing all the responsible things, holding off on my vacation trips too and delaying my stuff temporarily. But you know what? On the positive side of things, I am starting to turn the page and starting to turn things around. I'm also in the process of getting things turned around. Between the last 5 weeks of this summer, between the last day of this July and the next 5 weeks, 4.5 weeks, the final 4.5 weeks of this summer of August, before and after I start going back to school at NAIT in September. And most importantly of all is that I just want to tell you is that I did a YouTube video of one of the brand new ETS 2022 Proterra battery catalyst electric 40-foot low floor musical dancing electric potato bus units of the new 8042 on the 110X Old Clares Express. I have a link on that on YouTube as well. In fact, what's so different about the ETS 2022 Proterra battery catalyst electric 40-foot low floor bus units that I wrote in one of them is that they have 2 forward seats, 2 in the left and 2 in the right side, and separate, and 1 single side seat on the left and right side near the back of the bus. So almost kind of like one of the ETS 2013 New Flyer Excelsior 40-foot low floor bus units and the ETS Bus 2018 New Flyer Excelsiors, as well as the ETS 2019-2020 New Flyer Excelsior 60-foot low floor articulated buses and the XT40s. So it turned out to be amazing as well. In fact, I also got to go to K-Days this summer as well. I also went to the Taste of Edmonton, and likewise, I'm also very thrilled to tell you is that my mom and I, last Monday, we got to see Positive Fury at Landmark Theatres 9 downtown. In fact, earlier this July of this month, I also dropped off my resume at the Landmark Theatres downtown, including the Beercade on the south side of Old Strathcona. In fact, last month, almost 3 weeks ago, on the second week of this July, I dropped off my resume at the Buckingham on the south side of Old Strathcona, not far from here as well. So I have been buckling down, plugging extremely hard, looking at other job places. In fact, on the positive side of things, I'm looking forward to getting my Calgary Stampede trip back on track this next summer, July 2023. So between the end of this July and between the last 4 weeks of this summer of August, last 5 weeks of this summer of August, and over the fall months of this September, October, November, and before the winter holiday season, and also during the winter months of this year, January, February, March 2023, as well as the spring, April and May before my 30th birthday, and after this upcoming spring in 2023, is going to give me lots of time to get things back on track between now and 10 months from this summer of August to the upcoming June and July of next year of 2023. So aside from all this, folks, I'm very pleased to tell you is that I'm very pleased to announce is that my mom and I, on Civic Holiday Monday, we're going to get me signed up for Special Olympics bowling. So I will talk to you all about that on August 2022 update, early Monday, August 1st. So be sure to stay tuned for that as well. And before I go, everyone, I'm also very excited to inform is that I can't wait to do the YouTube video of the new ETS LRT Valley line when it opens, hopefully by the end of the summer. So I'm so excited to see what the low floor LRT trains will look like and the new sidewalk level platforms along the Valley line, not just between the heart of downtown Edmonton, near City Centre Mall, but also the Bonnie Doon, the Mill Woods area. I can't wait for that as well. In fact, on the very excellent positive side of things, I have been making the most of this summer so far and have been delayed my Calgary Stampede vacation trip for a third straight summer this year. But the important thing is that I kept myself and everyone safe by staying away from the Stampede this summer for one more year until I get my new job situated. But to echo what my mom has said, there is a possibility I may go to Calgary later this summer between the last few weeks of this August or sometime over the fall of early fall season of September, October, just depending what my new work availability schedule is going to be like, as well as my school post-secondary schedule, so I can still work that around as well. Aside from all this, I'm also very pleased to tell you that my mom and I are looking forward to getting things back on track too while she's on holiday for 2 weeks. So between yesterday, July 30th, and today, July 31st, and between the first week of August and early second week of this August as well. So we're going to have lots of time to get things turned around too. And before I go, everyone, I'm also very pleased to announce that I can't wait to get my new job situated. And I'm very excited to announce is that I'm going to be going to the career fair at the Edmonton Convention Center downtown on Wednesday, August 3rd, the first Wednesday of August after the Civic Holiday August long weekend, after Heritage Day long weekend is over. So very pleased about that too. And most of all, I'm looking forward to turning things around in between my new job schedule as well as my school post-secondary schedule again. And I also would like to tell you is that I'm going to have lots of time to get things turned around and also get my Hamilton-Toronto trip back on track in between my new work schedule as well as my schooling once again, as well as getting things turned around in between with the appropriate balance. So I've already had my job interview with Safeway Garnold 2 weeks ago, and I'm looking forward to hearing a phone call back from their store manager when I can start my first day of work at Safeway Garnold near us. So I'm very excited for these new beginnings. And in fact, this next month of August is going to be a great month. So a great month for me to get my new job started, getting my Special Olympics bowling signed up in September, as well as getting my school post-secondary, my NAIT schedule back on track. So there's going to be a lot to do. So before the end of the summer, as well as after the summer holidays. So, and I just saw Soundwave is putting a show on October 15th in the middle of October. So I will provide you with that for the September 2022 as well as October 22 fall updates at the end of summer as well. And aside from all this, I'm also really want to say that later on between this next year, after the fall months and at the beginning of early winter, I will provide you with the end of 2022 update at the end of this next December, in less than 6 months in December 2022, and also talk about the 2022 and the highlights with the closing to 2022, as well as say Happy New Year's Eve at the end of this next December 2022, and as well bringing in the first day of January 1st of 2023 with the 2023 update in 5 months from this summer of this August of this summer of 2022, come first day, New Year's Day, Sunday, January 1st of 2023. So stay tuned for that, everyone. Thank you for end of July 2022 update, everyone. July 31st of 2022. Have a safe night, everyone, and stay tuned for some of the Heritage Festival YouTube vlogs. So I'll see you all then. Have a good night, everyone.